yesterday I did my weekly sketchbook day, and yeah, I really did not want to do it. John got me Sonic Mania. It's kind of like the old games, but kind of new, so I've been obsessed with that for a second. But I got through it, and I got all my pages done. And this week's going to be kind of weird, because Monday is technically a holiday, which doesn't mean anything to me, it's just kind of distracting. But on Friday, they're cutting our power off for like 9 hours, so I'm not going to be able to do anything. I only have like, I think the list said that I only had 6 days of this left, so. So today, for a Patreon video, I'm gonna try something a little bit different, because I am gonna have the place to myself for a very short time, and I thought I would try a kind of more real-time, in-the-moment sort of video. And so I'm working on the Birdtober / Createtober hashtag, and this one's like a green jay fruit theme, so these are like kiwis and stuff. The supplies that I'm using, if you don't know yet, are the Amsterdam gray ink that I got in this Art Snacks box. I got this pencil from an Art Snacks box, and a few of these Faber-Castell Pitt pens. So people kind of give these pens crap because the nibs on the brushes, they do wear down really fast. So the edge of this is no longer, it's kind of like frayed now. So if you're doing anything kind of pointy, it's not useful for very long. However, I am like 20 pages into this with this kind of level of darkness, and it's only just now beginning to get kind of dry on ink. So like all the thick black parts and this outer line art stuff was done in that pen, and it's just lasted so long. And this is not the first time I've used these pens either. Like, I've had these pens for a while. So I'm just like really impressed by how much ink is in this. And so I was just going to sit here and do another one. Northern Flicker with the theme of Underworld. And usually the first thing I do is I trace this postcard thing, this 5x7 letter, so that I make sure that the image fits in this square, because if I really like the image and it turns out really good, I usually cut it out and send it to you guys on the $10 tier, which is a pretty cool reward. And yeah, the hardest part is trying to predict which ones are going to be good. But yeah. So this week was Thanksgiving week for Canada, and I feel like we've been in a bit of a holiday mood. I don't really observe holidays. I was very busy on Monday. But, oh my gosh. So someone invited me to their Minecraft server. So I'm now obsessed, and it's all I can think about. Even though it feels a little bit like trespassing, and I'm kind of afraid to do anything. So I've been wasting a bit of really late night time. You know, my 8 p.m. leisurely time has been going to Minecraft this week. So we're probably going to go on an adventure, go pick up some stuff at the Daiso that's not a Daiso anymore, and go watch planes take off. I hope the weather's nice. So I'm looking forward to that. And I sold 6 necklaces in a go to a local person today, and I'm packing calendars here and there. So there's just sort of not in an art category right now outside of like these Patreon pictures that I'm doing. Here we go. Here's how it's going there. Cute. I think these will look really good when they're a little bit smaller. We'll see. And like I was saying in the Patreon video, it's hard not to be in the habit of, I'm gonna look kind of terrible, but I feel like you would prefer to actually see me when I'm talking. Ah yes, rubber kneaded erasers are amazing contraptions for making tripods out of nothing. So, I'm trying not to get too deep into the habit of monetizing everything, because that is kind of like a hot button issue these days with where the economy is going and everyone's desperation and all that. And it's true. I tend to lose track of the fact that most people are not looking to do art careers, and they're starting to feel actually like self-conscious about having it as a hobby and keeping it as one, as everyone's kind of like barking at them to like do this, this, and this, and watch this video if you want to do this, and you're probably not even here for that reason. You're probably here because you just want to make art for fun. And what's my point? My point is that I'm using this as a Patreon content because I just wanted to do it, and that's just what I've been doing in my sketchbook. So like at the end of these Inktober things, the reason why I do them all kind of in the same design style, I'm doing ink and gray and red paper to make them look like a series. If I like the way that they turn out, I thought they would be kind of like an interesting like Inktober bird zine thing, and so part of me is kind of like, maybe this is the height of capitalism, is that I can't just like do an art challenge without monetizing it at the end, or like thinking ahead of like, how am I going to use this for something else? And that's actually kind of like the whole reason why a lot of artists do these challenges, is just so that there is a hashtag that you could post on the internet, and maybe someone will click on that hashtag to get ideas, and then they see art, and it's a form of marketing, which is how Jake Parker got to where he is today. He found a way to market not just his art, but get other people to market his art in the process of using the hashtag. So it's like, I kind of understand where people come from when they're talking about selling out in artists and stuff, even though I hate that, because artists deserve to exist the same way that plumbers exist, electricians exist, administration exists, CEOs exist. Like, they don't do it for fun. They do it because it's something to do with your life. And you need to be able to pay for things so that you can continue to do stuff for your life. So I don't believe in like selling out at all, but I do kind of understand people getting so caught up in the monetization of it that it deeply and immediately affects the choices that they make and the art that they make, out of fear of not being able to gain anything from it. And I'm kind of like rushing through them because I want them to be done at a very specific rate of speed, so that there are days where I'm not working on videos or Patreon. Like, maybe there are things I actually want to do that aren't related to online marketing. I've been making a lot of art. I don't have to do it all the time. So it's like, maybe I just need to like chill the hell out for a second. But what do you think, guys? Cat in here or what? What's going on? What's going on, baby? Pretty kitty. Charging up, are ya? My mother-in-law's been bringing over lots of like economic themed books about the end of the world, and they're so enraging. And these are pretty good. Makes me angry. It's talking about how like social media algorithms is like destroying democracy because of filter bubbles, and how people tend to like only hang out with people who have the same views of them, and then the algorithms make sure that they only see posts that they agree with, which is why conspiracy theories are like so rampant. That's the stuff that gets clicks, and like, I mean, maybe this is why I've been waking up in the middle of the night with like really bad anxiety. But aren't you pretty? Don't you wish you had a cat life where nothing matters? Just food and water and sleep and sunshine, apparently. Gotta go to the store and buy some boxes for the necklaces. Yes, I got to go.
Richmond haul. At Daiso, I got this stickers. I like to put these in packages and stuff. Got some flower ones. Look at that. Cat is hungry. These flower ones. Got this. What is this? I think it's for like cake decorating. And these were like, it was only $2, so I was like, of course I'm gonna buy this. It's a fondant mold. Yes, you can make lace. So happy about that. Literally only had one pack of these left for my calendars. And we have these Pocky. I don't like these ones as much. They kind of taste like cheese for some reason. These are my favorite things. So refreshing. Got Lay's hot pot flavor. Got orange vanilla cola. So this tastes like vanilla Coke, but it smells like a Fanta. So I'm gonna try drinking this from a glass and seeing if the experience is a little different. And this, I don't even know what this is. This is osmanthus flavor, which is some kind of flower. But it's a flower that smells like peaches, so I'm hoping it's leaning kind of like peachy, but I don't want to open this because I don't want to let all the fizz out. I don't drink soda that much, so I'll have to try it later this week. Keep in room temperature. But yeah, this is pretty tasty, but yeah.